So welcome everyone to our strength and conditioning class. This is our Monday 10 a.m. live class. My name is Julio Jimenez. You could refer to me as Julio or Coach or whatever you guys like. But yeah, so this is our strength and conditioning class. It is a hybrid class, so we will be working out once a week through this class. I do have a second class if you're enrolled in that. That's on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. So you could also enroll in that and you'll see me twice a week. A lot of information will be provided to you folks through Canvas. So this is a hybrid class. So if you made it this far, then you were able to reach Canvas because you can only get this link through Canvas. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share Canvas and go a little bit over what to expect these next 8 weeks, okay? So there we go. All right, so this page should look somewhat familiar. The instructor visual might be a little bit different, but every week you guys will see a link up here. Then you guys will just click on it and we'll get you to the Zoom meeting. So yeah, so one thing that, you know, with this class, last 8 weeks, we had, it was more like a total body workout. So we had some cardio and core. These next 8 weeks is going to focus a little bit more on the strengthening part. So strength and conditioning, that's what this class is. So in order to develop strength and condition, we do need, you know, it does help to have equipment. So you could do a lot of stuff with just body weight, but what I am going to ask you folk is, since some of you guys might have it all already, so we could definitely do more with more equipment. So what I would recommend on getting, and I'll tell you the reasons why, is the following items, okay? So if you scroll down, you could find dumbbells that look like this, or they could be different colors. So they might just look like metal dumbbells. But I would recommend getting a couple pairs. Sometimes the 3-pounders might be just right for like shoulder raises, but then it might be too light for doing squats or some type of bench or chest exercise. Vice versa, if you have a 15-pound dumbbell, that might be perfect for squats, but to do shoulder raises, you're gonna struggle. So you wanna get some pairs in between as well. And usually you could find those at Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. Sometimes you'll find them for cheap on OfferUp, on Craigslist. You might even have some at home, or you know that you might not even know that you have them. So, or just ask around. So that's something that I do recommend is dumbbells. Next, we're gonna go with resistance bands. So resistance bands, you guys could see them here. They look a little bit more, they have these little clips that attach to different areas, or so usually you wanna get one. If you guys see this little loop here, it has this little knob. Usually you would attach that to a door hinge and it kind of secures it, and you can do a lot more with that. And it comes with handles. You could see the handles there. And yeah, so this could be found, the link, if you go here, you could go on Amazon, and I believe this set's about $20. So yeah, that's another really good one. You could do a lot of stuff with that. And then the last set of equipment would be resistance loop bands. So these are just loop bands. There's some that are just like rubber bands and just kind of like this just elastic material. And then there's some that are a little bit more durable, might have like some type of like cloth or like linen elasticity in it. So those are a little bit nicer, look a little bit nicer. So those are some of the items. And I believe you could find these from anywhere between $6 to maybe $15, depending if you get the nice ones or not. So again, if you guys are just tuning in, these are just equipment pieces that would supplement our class. So the way I'm thinking these next classes are gonna go is we're probably gonna, you know, we're always gonna have a warm up. And then after, just give me 1 second.
For our gathering.
Just gotta mute the person. So the way the class is gonna go, we're gonna spend some time on the warm up. That's usually, you know, usually we'll go over Canvas first, then we'll spend some time on the warm up. Warm up takes about 10-15 minutes. Then we're gonna do as maybe 2 full body round sets of just body weight workouts, okay? So we might go hit shoulders, arms, back, chest, abs, hips, glutes, legs, and we'll do maybe 2 rounds like that with just body weight. Okay, so that means air squats, push-ups, some type of like wall glides. So a lot of movements that don't require any equipment. Now, when we have the dumbbells, this is why the equipment's going to be necessary. Then we'll do another set of just dumbbells. So we'll have the dumbbells to do more movements. After we're done with that round, we'll start incorporating the resistance bands. Okay, so telling you guys now, the more equipment you have, probably the better, or the better quality workout you're going to turn out to get. If you have no equipment, then you're going to be just limited to body weight, and you are going to be limited with muscle growth too. So we could do a lot. In the past, we've done a lot with just the dumbbells. So if this sounds like it's overwhelming because it seems like a lot of equipment, then I understand. You could go with the dumbbells. But again, I know some of my returners, which this class has a lot of returners, already have dumbbells, maybe even have the resistance bands already. So you're all set. And like I said, if you find them cheaper, then go for it. But we could definitely get a good workout with the equipment here. And then my Wednesday class, it's a strengthening and balance class. So you could definitely benefit from the equipment for this class for the Wednesday class too. So any questions about this with the equipment? No, okay. And I'm going dumbbells first, because most people that I've worked with before have some type of dumbbells, and then resistance bands come after. So if you find yourself like, well, I don't have the resistance bands, like what do I do now? There might be some movements that we're doing with resistance bands that you could repeat or try to assimilate with the dumbbells. But if there's if you just feel like you can't really continue your workout because of the lack of equipment that you have, then your workout might be ending a little bit shorter. And then, if you do have the full equipment or all the equipment that we have, then we could go ahead and follow through with the complete set. So again, I'm doing this so we could kind of switch it up. The last 2 years, it's just been body weight and dumbbells. So I have requested for resistance bands. And I think, this is something that we can do. So, all right. If you guys have any questions, you could go ahead and unmute yourself and just ask away. So like I said, dumbbells usually cost about $1 a pound, depending where you're going. This set of resistance bands about, like I said, $15 to $20. I found some cheap ones for $15, and those cheap ones, one of them ripped on me and it swung back and smacked me on my back. And it left a nice mark there, it stung. So I would recommend maybe getting something with maybe a little bit more reviews. And if you just spend a couple more dollars, it might be worth it. And then the loop bands definitely works for that too. So now I'm going to go ahead. So you'll see this
William,
yes.
Just a quick question. How long do those elastic bands last? Because mine, I believe, are at least 5 years old.
Yeah, so yeah, that's tricky. So if the ones that I had, I was probably using them. I bought them, I want to say right at the pandemic began. And I had that incident maybe about, I'm going to say about a little bit over a year after I got them. I was probably using them about 3 to 4 times a week. And then, so, they were being used a lot. And what happened is I had the door hinge band was attached to the door, and I was doing these chest flies. So I had the bands behind my back. I had the handles here, and I was bringing the bands here, pulling back, pulling. And the thing too, I think I trusted the bands too much because I noticed a little tear, and me just saving money, just being a little cheap. I was like, I'll just keep on doing it. And I'm sure it's gonna maybe it'll tear on its own or something. And it did, but I wasn't expecting that tear to happen the way it did. So when I went and closed, it kind of ripped from one side and it swung, and it pretty much I got whipped on my back. So if yours is 5 years old, I think just with the age of it, it might become a little bit more rigid. And if you see little wrinkles in there or little tears, or just the outer shell of it becoming a little bit more stiff, then it might be time to switch them. But like I said, for me, I did have a little warning when I saw that little tear, but I just trusted it, and sure enough, my judgment kind of failed on me because it came back and hit me. So yeah, and then I got these sturdier ones. that I have now. And the ones that I have now I've had those for about 2 years now. And like I said, those sturdier ones, I paid $3 extra for. So might be worth the few bucks. So cool. All right. If you guys see this table here, we will be using this actively throughout this class. So just keep that in mind. So hopefully most of you guys participate. And when you guys see modules usually are like kind of like the learning sessions or learning information that we have for that week. So this is week 1. I'm going to go ahead and click here. I'll just go over it very briefly. All right. So if we go to modules, we're going to go to, it's going to take you to this one here. All right. And then you just go over the information. There's going to be a couple of videos here. If you're with me last semester or last term, some of the videos might seem familiar, but then I did add new ones as well. All right, there's more information on strength and conditioning here that you could watch. There's a little workout for you if you want to do an extra little workout throughout the week. And what I do ask is when you guys watch these videos, if you guys could just tell me 3 things that you learned. It could be all 3 things from one video or one thing from each video. Sometimes I have 5 or 6 videos, so you could just pick and choose. So, and I try to pick videos that, are pretty well informed, but sometimes, the information could be a bit vague. So, just take everything with a grain of salt too. If we hit next, this is pretty much what I get excited for. This is the fitness tracking application that we have here in Canvas. So pretty much what we're trying to do is, just track our activity throughout the day. So if you, or not exactly throughout the day, but any exercises that you choose to do. So we've had people walk their dogs. We've had people go and pick up other classes, go on hikes, do garden work, yard work. There's a lot of things that you could do that's going to count as physical activity. So with that being said, we have these little items here where you could make as like rounds for interval timing. This is a nice little app here that you could start. Like, let's say what I would encourage you is if, let's say you have a 30-minute walk planned around your neighborhood, you go on into Canvas, you hit the start button, you go on your walk, maybe you time yourself, maybe every week you want to improve your time and you let that clock go. And then when you come back, you're going to come back, your screen should still be on, and then you're going to hit stop. And once you tell them, you could go ahead and track that. So let's say you walked around the block in 13 seconds and 30 hundredths of a seconds. So what I would want you to do is you could take a screenshot of this if you know how to use like the snippet, tool that computers have. And then you could attach that snippet to this area here. So I would have you guys reply, and here you could just put walk 13.3 seconds today. And then you would hit, again, this is just a little example. You would just hit post reply, and then I'll keep track of your times on that table that we saw on the first page, if that makes sense. So for most returners, you guys know what that is. So, and again, we will spend about 70 to 80 minutes in each class working out. But ideally, you guys do want to work out 3 to 4 times a week. And again, that's just for health benefits, just for longevity and mobility. So that's something that you guys want to aim for. So, the American Heart Association says 100 to 120 minutes per week is ideal. But of course, that's the bare minimum. And of course, you want a healthy life. So, we're going to hit that with our 2 classes at least, if you're in both of my classes. So I do recommend you guys working out, most days out of the week, maybe 5 to 6 days out of the week if you're able to. And if you guys have Instagram, this is my Instagram logo. So you guys could go on Instagram, search for that exercise guy, and then sometimes I'll throw some information. Or if you need to reach me a little bit quicker, you can always direct message me on that. So cool. All right, I know that's a lot of information, but does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I got one.
Okay, sure.
How many classes do we have?
So it's each class or these classes go for 8 weeks. and we meet on Mondays at this time at 10 a.m. So that would be 8 classes. The Wednesday class, if you're not enrolled in anything and you don't necessarily have to be free at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays, because what I'll do is, since I'm recording right now, at the end of this class session, I'm gonna get the recording and I'm gonna put the video of the recording up here on the front page. So if you come back later today, you'll see a video up here of the recording. So let's say next Monday you have a doctor's appointment and you can't make class, but you could always come back and watch the video and follow along with the workout. So you can always do that. I also forgot to add, I do have a YouTube channel with past classes recorded on there, and there's probably over 100 workouts on there that we've done. So I'll add that in there as well. So, you know, like I said, if you want to do more workouts, if you feel like maybe meeting once a week might not be enough, which personally I don't think it's enough. That's why we have the fitness tracking. But you want a more quality workout, then I would have those that link there for you, so you could, you know, pick from over 100 different workouts to do.
Okay.
Yep. And anyone else? All right. So I'm gonna stop the sharing. Hey, Cherise, Debbie, Rebecca. All right. So a lot of new faces. All right. I think our only new one right now is Maria. So awesome. Okay. So let's go ahead. Since it is a first class session, we'll go with the first workout of just kind of like body weight. And then also if we have dumbbells, we'll go with dumbbells. I know most of you guys have dumbbells. And then your homework, I guess, for the week is to try to get a hold of those resistance bands. Like I said, our workouts would be a little bit more quality if we have those on hand. So just keep that in mind. So cool. All right, let me get some water because I usually don't talk this much and my throat is really dry.
Right.
Oh, all righty. Hey, Debbie. Hello. I was in Dallas and Austin this week, and I had some really good barbecue, but I think I overdid it, and my tummy's still hurting from those days. This time, so yeah, I ran 4 miles this morning, and then now we're gonna get a little workout session. So yeah, so again, this is strength and conditioning. Like I mentioned, most people are here because of the strengthening portion of it. But if at some point, you know, maybe we want to do some cardio, we could always do that, okay? But we're gonna be doing less of like the more active, less jumping jacks, less stuff like that. It's gonna be a little bit more slower pace. And usually with slower pace exercises, we want to be really recovered, so we're doing good form. Because if we're doing, especially with strengthening stuff, or if you're at the gym, you're gonna realize that if you do a movement incorrectly, you could really put yourself at risk and get injured. The last thing I want is for you guys to be doing, you know, a back roll, which is doing this motion here, and then someone does it incorrectly, and instead they're doing something different, and then we have someone with a bad back for the next week or two. Okay, so we just want to make sure that we're, you know, rested. Don't expect your heart rate to go through the roof. Maybe with some of these cardio workouts that we've had in the past, it's probably going to be a little bit slower pace. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, but we'll start with the warm up. So let's go ahead. Let's go left to right. And as always, if you guys need music, you could always play your music in the background. Up and down. We attempted back in the day, when I say back in the day, I mean 2020. We attempted to play music back in the day, and it just didn't work. It was a mess. It was too loud for some people, and some people couldn't hear the music. And some people thought my music playlist was boring. Just kidding. And but yeah, some people just couldn't hear me. Let's do some neck circles. So yeah, so if you feel like you're falling asleep in this class because there's not much music, just play your own thing at your location. All right, switch. Let's go ahead and reach over and pull that. So right arm goes over to your left ear and you're just gonna lean it over. So Julian just learned how to clap. So now he's doing this like clapping thing. Let's switch. And it's really cute. Like he just smiles and you start clapping and he starts copying you. But yeah, but I think he gets confused because his hands are so soft and pudgy that he doesn't really make any sounds with his clapping. So, but yeah, he's getting big. After class, if he's awake, I'll bring him to sleep a little. All right, let's reach up towards the ceiling. And as always, if you guys have a request, you guys want to work a certain body part a little bit more than others, just let me know so we could, maybe one day all of you ladies just want to work out legs a little bit more, we can do that. That's clean, right? Or if you want to do more core, you guys just let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna do like a full body workout. Switch.
Oh my gosh.
Arm circles. And believe me, you'll probably have some days where you don't want to work out and you don't want to do anything, and you're just might be a little sore, super tired or tight. Just hop in, join us for the warm up, and if after the warm up you still feel that way, then just call it a day and relax. You know, maybe watch the recording later on, and follow along. But I want to say maybe 9 times, or not 9 times, maybe like 7 times out of 10, most people, let's do arm circles, will feel better and they'll join for the workout. So just keep that in mind. But we've had some people just join for the workout, for the warm up and then just leave. That's totally okay. But yeah. First. Switch. Then we went to this barbecue spot and I was like, all right, well, I have to have a pulled pork sandwich. And I also have to have a tri-tip sandwich. And I also need mac and cheese. And I also need baked beans. I also need caramel apple, like brittle stuff, reversed. So, and yeah, of course, I ate it all. And then the rest of the night, it was just, I couldn't put down like water if I wanted to. Just, I was so full. Yeah, it was painful. All right, let's switch. So now we're gonna go with trunk rotations. Ab circles. Blah, blah, blah. All right, some big hula hoops. I got super lucky. Well, not super lucky, but I guess luck was on my side this time. But so I'm at the airport and I'm having like this hard conversation with customer support, Southwest Airlines. they pretty much usually they're good about crediting you if you have a changed flight or a canceled flight. They'll still keep credit for you and they'll send you that credit almost instantly. So I'm on hold for almost an hour and a half. They're trying to figure out this mess why I didn't get my credit for this flight. I need to change switch. And long story short, I'm on customer support for an hour and a half and I almost missed my flight because of it. And at the end, they told us that, you know, I'm about to board. And then they go on the intercom and they say, hey, there's been a small little accident on the airstrip. So we're gonna do hip openers. So drive your knee forward and then out. So let's switch, let's do 10 on each side. There's been a small little accident on the airstrip. So that means we have to use the smaller airstrip, which means that we need 10 of you to volunteer to take a later flight. And then I was like, are you kidding me? And then she said, we will also give you $600 of flying credits for a future flight. And I was like, sign me up. So, you know, I just ran. I got to the front of the line. They're like, okay. I was like, well, how late do I have to wait? And they're like, well, instead of like you flying directly to Dallas, you're gonna right now, instead of doing that, you're gonna fly to Denver right now. You're gonna hang out in Denver for an hour and then you'll fly to Dallas. So you'll be in Dallas 3 hours later. So I was like, oh, 3 hours. So I was like, I don't have to be there really till Friday. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. And at the end of it all, they ended up giving me an extra like $80 on top of that. So let's go ahead and do quad stretch. So yeah, so they did that. And yeah, so I got about $680 because of switching that flight. And I think because that whole mix-up happened with my canceled flight and like the hold up on customer service, I think I'm getting another $200 for that. So yeah, so this trip really, yeah, came up about $900 in flying credits for Southwest. So when I was put on hold, I was like, I'm never flying Southwest again. And then about 2 hours later, I changed my mind completely. Yeah. And they also, you know, like on those shorter flights, they give you little snacks. So they gave me my snack and I asked for a second one because they always hand out extra. And the lady told me she'd come back, but then turbulence began and I never saw her again. So at the end of the flight, my luggage was in the way back of the plane, so I was the last person out. I asked her, I'm like, hey, like, do you still have that one snack? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And she pulled out a bag from the back that had about 30 of them. She's like, oh, here, just take them all. So I came home like with a lot of surprises. So let's go ahead, slide bend at the knees, hamstring stretch. Yeah, so it was a good trip, I could say. Slowly come back up. Last one, deep squat stretch.
Oh.
Again, just kind of try to sit below your knees, between your knees. Rise back up. All right, awesome. Okay, so as far as our workout, like I said, since maybe a couple of you guys that are new don't have the equipment, we're gonna go ahead and do body weight exercises. And then after that, we're gonna incorporate dumbbells, okay? We'll skip on the resistance bands until next week. I'll give you guys a little bit more time to get that. And then next week, like I said, if we don't have the equipment while we are getting to them, then you might be out of some movements, okay? So Let's just get our dumbbells if you do have them, and let's put them nearby. All right, and an efficient way that I like doing some of these workouts are supersets. So supersets usually is 2 movements, and we do them back and forth until we complete an entire set. We'll go with, to complete a superset, we'll have to do each movement twice, okay? So, and I like breaking up supersets by doing an upper body movement and then a lower body movement, which means we'll probably do like push-ups and then squats or something like that, okay? So again, let's go ahead and let's cover most muscle groups in our body by doing supersets. Okay, so first one that we're gonna do is going to be, and again, since we don't have any weights, let's get a chair. We're gonna do chest compressions. Okay. The chest compressions are just in a chair, hands are here. And again, I'm just treating this class like if it's our first time ever lifting. So some of you guys are just gonna have to hear this all over again. And then next week, like I said, we'll get more active. So just press your hands against each other. Relax. Press. I'm gonna hold that press for about 5 seconds and relax. You should feel that pressure right on your pecs. Relax. Again, this is a movement that you could, honestly, you could do on a car ride, you know? If you're riding passenger, you're not driving, all right, I think I'm gonna do a chest workout right now. And whoever's driving is gonna be like, what? And then you start doing this. One more. Right, very good. Okay. And then since we're using the chair, I think we could take advantage of this and also do our standing squats. And we could go ahead, this is a good one for balance. So if you're in my Wednesday class, we'll definitely be doing this one every day, okay? So we're gonna do both variations, okay? So we're just gonna stand up without the assistance of our hands. Okay, and I want you guys to just come up and back down. And when you go back up, try not to rock yourself going up, okay? Because a lot of people do this here. And they go up, they go back, and then they rock themselves up. Okay, we're trying to avoid that. 2, 3 more. We usually start off with the easier movements. And then as the workout progresses, then we'll go a little bit more advanced, okay? All right, now we're gonna go single leg. Okay, so single leg, we're gonna go with 6 on each leg. And only because we're doing supersets, so we're gonna go back and do the chest compression. So we're gonna raise one leg. If this is your first time doing it, it's not as easy as it may look, okay? So it's really challenging. Just work on your balance. So again, just up. There you go. Good job, Carmen. Go. I think it may have taken Carmen maybe like 3 sessions before she got it down. So again, this is really good for your balance. You're putting all your weight on that one leg. So that one leg is getting a lot in for their workout. All right, once you've done 6, we're gonna switch. Okay, and once you're ready. When people try this one for the first time, they're usually a little bit confused or start doubting their balance. I had a pretty young client that, I asked him, how's your balance? He's like, oh, it's really good. I'm like, all right, try this. And yeah, it wasn't as good as he thought. So, all right, very good. My heart rate went up. I don't know about you guys. My quads are burning a little bit. Get some water. Try to get a little bit of water in between completing the set. All right. Okay. Like I said, we'll try to do each superset twice, just so we could really fatigue that muscle group. All right. And again, you could go at your own count. So if I'm going too fast, then just give yourself more rest, and we're back at chest compressions. No. Done with chest compressions and back to our standing squats. Okay. So eventually, if these here get a little bit easy for you, what you'll be doing is the same movement, but you'll be doing it while holding a dumbbell up here or a dumbbell at your sides. Okay. All right, single leg, remember 6 on each leg. Cool. So if you're having a hard time with this one, I usually just try to envision stabbing my heel into the ground, just really digging down deep into my heel, pressing on the floor. And once I do that, it really helps my balance. All right. Get out of breath with that. Okay. So yeah, so a piece of equipment that works out or we'll be using a lot too is a chair. So just keep that in mind. All right, so we got our chest, we got our quads. So now we're gonna do our triceps. Okay, we're gonna do that by doing dips with the chair. And then we could go ahead and do our hamstrings, okay? So we'll do lunges with our hamstrings. So again, dips, we're gonna do this movement here. So if you have your legs close to you, that's gonna be a little bit easier. If they're further away, it's a little bit more challenging. Okay, so let's do 10 to 12 dips. Then I'll go over what lunges look like after. Okay, so again, just go out a little bit, make sure that that chair is not gonna slide anywhere. So you might want it up against the wall. So go ahead, give me 10 to 12. You shouldn't be doing these on a chair that's on wheels. That's for sure. You're gonna be skating around. Again, if having your legs out too much is a little bit too much, and just bring your feet a little bit closer to you. And if you're getting tired, then have those feet close to your hips. All right. Whew. You should feel that burn in your triceps. So, all right. And sometimes if 10 to 12 might seem like it's not enough, some people, what they do is they'll start doing the lifts and then they don't start counting until it really starts hurting them. So, you'll keep going. You don't even pay attention how many you've done. And then once it starts burning, then they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna do 6 of them once my legs are burning or once my arms are burning. Okay, so we're gonna do lunges here. If you want to work on mobility, which I do recommend, what I want you guys to do, instead of just doing this lunge here and just coming back, we're gonna do a high knee and then into a lunge, okay? So high knee, and then going, and come back, high knee, go, come back, okay? So remember to bring that knee up first. And we're gonna do 8 on each leg. So drag that knee up. When you're on that lunge position, your knees shouldn't really pass your toes much, right? That knee shouldn't be going over or passing your toes. 3 more. Each leg. Oh, don't mind my phone. I'm bummed I missed all the rain. There it is, nice out here in the last few days. I mean, nice if you like rain. All right, we can go with lunges. All right, once you're ready, we have dips. So if you guys are ready, remember, maybe start off with the legs extended. If after the first one that seems like too much, then just bring your feet closer. I got tired, so now I'm gonna bring my feet closer. Ooh. Yeah, so you'll feel those arms getting tired. Is everyone good with both movements? Any questions with lunges or dips? Remember, if you have your dumbbells nearby, you could use your dumbbells for these lunges if you want to get a little bit more of a workout, okay? Just keep that in mind. So, all right. All right, and then again, 8 lunges on each leg. Again, don't forget that high knee drive. Sharice, you got some dumbbells? Nice. Yeah, so after that, those meals in Dallas or in Texas, I think I'm just gonna start my bulking season now because may as well. Just kind of ride the wave into the new year. Two more per leg. All right. Very good.
This is perfect, Julio. I'm getting over a flu bug. So little at a time.
Good, good. Yeah, we don't want to be stubborn and do too much when we're coming back for a little hiccup. That's probably the easiest way to get injured or to get, setbacks. When I was in college and I was sick, a cold that typically would last 5 to 7 days would last a month for me because I never backed off the training. And so pretty silly of me to do. But yeah, lesson learned. Okay, so this next one, in the past, I've had some students, just not a fan of it because of safety for it. But again, only if you're comfortable with the movement, I would recommend it just because it's a good one for your glutes. But again, if the movement seems too risky or dangerous, then I want you to do something else, okay? And again, we also want to do this one and on a chair that's up against a wall, or if it's something's holding it down. Okay, so if you trust your balance. Okay, so that movement, what it's gonna be a step up. Okay, so if you have a small little stool, I have my chair here. I could come up and I could just kind of switch. If you don't like that movement, it seems too tricky, what you could do is you could go ahead and do a sumo squat and then just drop down and then up and down. Okay, so I like the step up just because it is a different movement. Sumo squats, we'll be doing a lot of squats throughout our class. So just doing a lot of squats kind of gets boring, but if you prefer not to do that one, then do the sumo squats, okay? And again, what we want to do is step on that chair, keep this leg a bit straight, and then just come up. And then that's it, okay? We don't need to do this high knee or anything. We don't need to do any of that. You just need to come up and down and switch. Okay, so let's do 10 on each leg. And if you're not doing these, then give me 15 sumo squats. We're gonna supplement this one with wall glide. Yeah, so usually these are done in these like really nice sturdy boxes. I don't have any of those for like this little nice platform. But if you have a sturdy chair, it's also doable. Okay. You do plenty of those, you're gonna feel those glutes really burning up. I'm gonna go ahead. Don't mind my messy garage. A little dirty. Okay. So we're just gonna come up against the wall. So find me a clear wall with no obstacles. Come up on it. So arms are back. You're just gonna glide up, and down. Okay. Make sure your hands are touching the wall. Make sure your elbows are touching the wall. Your glutes are up against the wall. Not much equipment needed for this, just a wall. But this is probably one of the toughest movements that you'll do. As long as you keep those hands and elbows back up against the wall, it does get challenging. All right, so give me 10 to 12 of those. Good. Try to take a little water break in between. All right, you got step ups. All right, so once you're done, you switch, go back to step ups. Again, only if you feel safe, or just go back to your sumo squats. Maybe you have a little stool to reach, items in your kitchen. That could work too. Doesn't have to be too high. If you want to get a little cardio workout between all of this too, if you feel like the break is a little too long, feel free to always do jumping jacks, or we could also do bunny hops. Once you're rested, let's go back to that wall. Back here. There, those hands are back. All right. Good. Right. And like I said, today we're just using mainly body weight. Then we'll use a little bit more equipment next week. Next one. We're gonna go with calf raises, okay? So calf raises, I'm just gonna use the chair, you can use the wall. You're just gonna do heels up, down, up, down. Hold them up for about 2 seconds before you bring them back down. We're gonna do 20 of those. Feel like you're cramping up, like I am right now, then slow it down a little bit. If you're getting a little tired, you could put your hands on a chair. More. All right. Okay. We're gonna supplement our calf raises with some core right now. Okay. So go ahead and grab your yoga mat. Oh, that's another item. If you guys are new to the class, you'll need a yoga mat. Okay. All right. So we'll go with sliding sit-ups. Okay. So sliding sit-up. Our hands are on my lap, and I'm just gonna slide my hands up towards my knees. And if I could go past my knees, then I'll do that. Okay, we're gonna do that for first day. We'll go 40 seconds. And ready, begin. right, relax, time. You have 20 calf raises. And remember, you could go ahead and put your minutes today on the fitness tracker. Just go ahead and put that. We have the reigning champion from the last 8 weeks here. We have Ms. Wynn.
The one who was calling me.
I think Debbie was in second place, or Carmen, right there. I gotta go back and check. So then Cherise went on vacation too much. So I'm just kidding, Cherise. Let's go ahead and do 20 calf raises. You still worked out in your vacation, I know. I know I think a lot of people fear vacations when they're on a good diet or good workouts is, oh man, I'm gonna miss my workouts during that vacation. But no, you could go on a walk and explore wherever you're going and check things out. But if like the area you're gonna visit is well known for their food, then yeah, you're in trouble. Like 2 weeks ago when I was in DC, I wasn't too concerned because I haven't heard much of like DC, like, I guess catering or foods out there. But Texas, everything in Texas is big, so yeah. All right. I need to go to like Nashville for like their chicken. All right, let's go back to our sliding sit-ups. Actually, for this one, we could go ahead and do we could do pinwhoops. Oh, actually, let's do hundreds. Okay, so hundreds, you can have you're gonna be here, recline, just pump your arms. If that's too easy, then elevate your heels. Pump here, okay? 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Three, two, one, time. All righty. Very good. Okay, this next one that we're gonna do, it's gonna be all on the floor. Okay, so we're gonna do glute bridges. All right, this is another one that if you couldn't do the step ups on the chair, this is one that you could do to supplement the glutes and the hamstrings. Okay, so it'll be here, pretty much like the sit up position, hands at your side, hips come up, squeeze the glutes, and then down. Okay, you're gonna do 15 of those. Squeeze, down, squeeze, down. Squeeze the glutes for about 2 seconds before you bring your hips back down. Have 3 more. All right, very good. All right, and we're gonna supplement that with push-ups, okay? So push-ups, you guys know push-ups. You can do knee-assisted push-ups if you want to, or you could do traditional push-ups. So again, for push-ups, let's do anywhere between 10 and 15, whatever you're able to do, okay? Again, traditional push-ups, you're here on your, knee-assisted, you're here. Additional, elevated, down, up. Working out our arms and our chest. Ooh. Remember, doing 2 of everything. So we'll go back. And this next one, it is bridges, but we're gonna do a variation of them. So we're gonna do 6 of single leg bridges, okay? So single leg bridges, we're here. If you can do single legs, then just do the ones we just did. But we're gonna raise one leg. Hip comes up, then down. Now we're putting all of our weight on one leg, okay? So let's do 6 to 8 of these. The 2-second hold up top. And get 8, I'm gonna switch. All right, very good. All right, we got push-up next. It's all body weight, but I'm feeling it. So, again, another idea for equipment, you could go try yard sales. I know there's that Play Again store as well. Yeah, I mean, just maybe ask your neighbor, ask a relative if they have anything. But yeah, I mean, I try to find equipment that's pretty affordable. So if you check on Canvas, those links, like I said, they're pretty affordable. So, all right, let's go ahead and do push-ups. Give me 10 to 15. Ready to go. Woo. Good. All right, Ella, welcome. All right, ladies. So now we're gonna go ahead and transition into our dumbbells. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells. All right. We're gonna go ahead and do the Arnold press first, which is have my dumbbells here. My palms are facing the camera. So then I'm gonna curl, turn, and press. Down, turn, press, okay? Let's do maybe 8 to 10 of those. Ready? Go ahead. So again, this is a bicep curl with the shoulder press. Knocking out 2 movements here. If you're short with time, don't think you have enough time to get a workout in, it's one of those movements you could go ahead and do. Oh. Woo. All right. Very good. Whew. All right, we're gonna superset that one with RDLs. Okay, so RDLs, Romanian deadlifts. Give me 1 second, gonna check the chat. And again, if you guys need to go on the chat and let me know something, just more than welcome to. All right, Alice, sounds good. Thanks for checking in. All right, so RDLs, it's going to be one for your hamstrings and your glutes. Okay, so I'll demonstrate first so you guys know what to do. So it's almost like a hamstring stretch, but with weights. So I have my dumbbells here at my side. I'm going to slightly bend at the knees. Take about 4 seconds to come down. Another 3 to 4 seconds to come back up. Okay. If what I don't want to see is you guys doing this here. Okay. You should have the weights close to your shins, close to your legs the entire time. You're here. Okay, and on your way down, you want to almost stick your hips, your glutes out behind you. Okay. All right, go ahead. Let's do 10 of those. All right, cool. You do enough of those, you'll start walking plenty around your house. All right, let's get some water. This is probably one of our more demanding sets, especially those Arnold press. Yeah, my wife and I, we just decided to buy a photo booth that you might see at like weddings or little parties, corporate events. So we just kind of get a little business going, and we just got it this weekend, and I guess we're like brand new to it, and she like posted about it on one of like those local apps, and I think 2 people already called her for for like the sessions or appointments. And I'm like, man, I don't even know how to work this thing, but yeah, we have that going on now, so feel a little busier on the weekends. So hopefully it's not too much. But let's go ahead and get those dumbbells. Arnold press. And we're gonna do this one until burnout. So we're pretty much just gonna keep on going until we're done pressing. Until we get tired. So every time we go to like one of these weddings or a party, there's always a photo booth, and we're like, oh, let's take pictures. And then like to rent those things out, it's done silly how expensive they are. So like, oh, we could like get it and use it for our own events too. So I'm pretty excited for it. If you do enough of these, you might start feeling your shoulders burning a little bit. And I would recommend stopping when you feel like your form is getting silly and you're not doing it correctly. That's probably when we want to stop, okay? So this is a burnout, so we're just going until you can't anymore. Charisse is out. Sorry to call you out, Charisse.
Shoulder joint, just one of them's giving me trouble.
Okay. Oh. All right, Debbie and I finish at the same time. Carmen's still going. Oh, Carmen stopped too. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, once you feel like you're kind of doing this and you're doing like one and the other, just cut it out. You're not impressing anyone. Your muscles don't like it. Your joints are gonna hurt more. It's not worth it. So just stop That's probably your body telling you it's time to stop. All right, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and do our RDLs, and after that we'll cool down. Okay, so we'll do our little cool down after this. So again, give me 12 RDLs. Remember, keep your glutes behind you. It should be coming back out. Okay. Awesome. I want you done. You can put that aside. Grab your yoga mat. Just start cooling down. Good stuff, ladies. Good job, Maria. First day. Welcome. So, left heel in, right leg back. Let's lean forward. So Monday's class will have will be similar as this one when it comes to strengthening. So we'll be doing some lifting. So definitely these next 8 weeks we'll be lifting more than what we're used to. But we'll also incorporate more balance exercises on that. So if you want to consider like one day being like a tougher day and the other one being an easy one, then Wednesdays will probably be our easier day. So. And then always what I could do is on the Wednesday class, since we already have some type of fitness tracking going on Monday's class, for Wednesday's class, I'll try to add an additional workout to complete throughout the week as well. So there'll be a video on the front page to do. Right, legs come out straight. Bring that right leg over, and then switch, cross, and push away. Debbie, did you get any mudslides in your area? Sorry, I interrupted your stretching.
No mudslides in our area. It rained really hard just for maybe 20 minutes. And
Oh, okay. Do you see bears out there?
Not me, but up close. We're only maybe 10 blocks from the foothills, and they see bears all the time up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot where I saw. I don't know if it was Monrovia. There was a bear swimming in a pool a couple weeks ago. Figure 4. Left heel in. Right leg out. Switch. Both heels in. Cross the legs, lean forward. All right, left heel in, right leg back, and lean back. All right, let's switch. How are you doing, Maria? First day with us. Okay, we're gonna do the crab style piriformis stretch. So we're here, right leg comes over. Try to bring our chest towards our knee. Feel that stretch under your thigh. Switch. Righty. All right, ladies. Thanks again. I'm gonna stop the recording. But any questions that you guys may have, now's the best time to ask.